I'm from outer space, man. I landed my spaceship on the top of the Winchester High School roof. It's 8:06 in the p.m. We can call all sorts of people. We can get into trouble. Let's talk to Kevin for a minute. What do you want to talk about? Sports? Andrew Miller's getting hammered, 4-0 already.
Really?
Yep.
Ouch.
Ouch is right.
Yeah.
I mean, last night was so winnable.
Yeah, but the day before yesterday was like, come on, would someone take a run? Just take that run.
You know.
Like, I don't get it.
You know. But it's September 9th, so summer's evaporating before us.
I know. Oh my, and I'm in school.
I was going to ask, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm in Winchester High School.
What are you taking? Math?
No, I'm actually on my 5th year because I got hit by a car, and that I needed to get my diploma, and I didn't take a science course last year, so I have to retake it this year.
He's taking a science course, and look at the guy he's talking to. You know, 3 eyes. Yeah, Russo. They used to call people 4 eyes, but I got 3.
Yeah, he's got 3. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so, but I'm taking art, chemistry, and basically that's pretty much it. And
the chemistry of art.
I know.
Art and chemistry. What a combination. So you can take the chemicals and put some of the colors in the chemicals, and you'll come up with James Cagney and Great Guy, which will be our movie. We're going to call...
I'm not a great, you know,
huh?
I'm not very good in chemistry, but I'm good in the math aspects of it.
So what do they teach in chemistry in 2011? What's a typical chemistry class?
A very strict chemistry class, I guess, which you really, this I don't understand, that you need chemistry to pass, to get a high school diploma.
Well, if I were teaching chemistry, it'd be a lot of fun because it can be so much fun. Biology can be so much fun. You know, I don't want to cut frogs.
It's chemistry. It's
I know. I'm just saying, biology can be fun. Chemistry can be fun. I don't know if algebra could ever be fun.
I love math.
Well,
actually, if I never if I never got out of algebra 2, I could have made my own business for a project. Me and my friend called it the Drop, and what it was in Winchester, it was going to be a project, but I didn't go to math anymore because I didn't need it. So,
who art thou? John Byers?
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Good.
Oh, look at that.
He's calling 11 minutes early.
Now, because you might, I didn't want to miss hooking up with you tonight.
Of course, I tell him I'll call you, or you call at 8:20, but he jumps the gun. But that's okay, John. We'll let you...
I wasn't looking at the clock, that's why. I've been watching the ball game here. It's not looking good right now. The Sox are going to blow an opportunity to pick up ground on the Yankees because they lost. It's 5-0.
It's 5-0 now. It was 4-0 when we came in.
Well, it's 5-0.
Well,
you know, I got to start calling you the psychic. You told me a number of months back that within the next couple of years, WEEI would be moving to the FM side of the dial.
well, it's not psychic. I'm in the business.
Yes. As of next Monday, they are not only going to be on AM 850, but they are going to be on FM 93.7, which as of this weekend which exists right now as Mike FM, and starting next Monday at 6 a.m. for the Dennis and Callahan show, it will be the new home of WEEI FM.
They had to. They had to do it because they were losing to 98.5. But what happens to Mike FM? Do they put it on the web?
I don't know. They haven't said. I just heard this. They just made the announcement today, and all they said that starting Monday, that they were going to be on the FM side as well as the AM side.
I predict that there'll be an FM station for EEI.
Oh, really?
I predict that a member of the Elks Club is going to get dumped. And
I don't think I want to go there right now.
Okay. And you're not a member, are you?
No.
Oh, good, because the name is an awful lot like yours. I thought it was you. Okay.
No.
Must be someone. Maybe it's your son. I don't know.
I'm not. I don't have a kid, so I don't.
Okay, then we better not go there because now the math is getting pretty thin.
Yeah.
Hey, so anyways, I'm the new president of TV3 Medford. I'm the
She
new
laughed
president.
at that.
Well, he's going to be the mayor, so if he's the mayor, I'm the new president. You want to be program director?
Oh, we don't know that yet, Joe. We gotta wait.
He's running for mayor. If he becomes mayor, I'm the new executive director. You want to be
Oh, we know
PD?
that. I've already told you off air that if I get in, you're coming in and you're taking over the station. We're sweeping out the rat's nest that it is right now.
Okay, so 33% chance Joe Vig will be the new president of TV3. I'm going to put that on my blog. I got a 33.5% chance, just like an album. 33 and a third RPM, right?
I would guess so.
I got a third of, I mean, you know, and I think Anthony would do, so I've actually got 66 and 2/3. I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of getting in to the, to running the new station. So see, EEI goes FM, we go Technicolor, and all is good in life.
Yeah, hey, I mean, you have the show. You have a show that should be on public access here in Medford, but we can't get it on for some reason. But under me, we'll have it on.
You like my new glasses, John?
Yeah,
They cute?
yeah, they're
No,
cute.
it's just the,
About as cute as you are.
well, I know that. All the guys say that. But anyways, they say Magnavision titanium.
Yeah,
All the guys down at TV3 say that anyway.
I'm telling you, that just jumping back to the Red Sox for a minute, this is an interesting schedule of games now because they have two rookies going in between two veterans. They have this Andrew Miller kid going tonight who's getting whacked around by the Blue Jays, and then Saturday in Tampa Bay they got Kyle Weiland going, and in between that,
He's the wild card because you see the problem with Miller is the scouts got him and they got the word out and then they started tagging him. So the first few times the new pitcher can dazzle people, you know? But once the scouting's in and the videotape's in, it's game over.
and in between that you're going to have Lackey going tomorrow night unless they're going Sunday.
Did you say John Wackey? Oh, Lackey.
Lackey, okay?
What do you mean by wacky?
Lackey.
Okay. Wacky.
I've been finding some
catchy
great
name.
things about public access on the internet, John. In the Huffington Post, there's a great article by a woman, an executive director, saying the 3,000 or so access stations around the country are facing extinction.
Yeah, well, I've been hearing that too. Matter of fact, I want to say about 6 or 8 years ago, Nightline did a story on the dying access around the country and the fact that in several areas, like in Florida and California, where they have a glut of public access stations, all of the access stations around the state of California and Florida are on one area of the dial, on the cable.
Well, what this woman was referencing was these things that Verizon's doing at the State House, which is they're trying to make it so that they go to the State House for all of the access channels, and that'll be the death knell.
Yeah.
Because then Mayor McGlynn won't have his general fund, you know?
Well, no, let's correct that. He won't have his little play thing where he can put ads on for Medford residents to see, congratulating them for their success with the recycling here in Medford, but they only come on, oh, how interesting during an election cycle.
Well, here's the thing about Medford. I'm driving down the street, and there's potholes everywhere, okay? Central Ave. The crosswalk at Central and Fellsway, there are 3 big potholes, okay? Then you go up to Sturgis Court near the mayor's house. Where's he? Myoma Way?
Yeah,
Whatever it is up on the Fulton Heights, right? That's where he lives?
the streets are well paved.
No, they're not. Sturgis Court is a mess. He doesn't care. Salem Street. I drive down Salem Street towards the Rotary. There's 3 empty businesses. You go into Medford Square. The arcade is empty on Forest Street.
Wait, there's an arcade there?
No, the arcade is just what they call this group of buildings.
Oh, okay.
They had a dry cleaners and this and that. I know, great name, right?
I know.
If there were an arcade, there'd be people there.
Well,
Bestsellers has been shut down, right? 29 Forest Street across from the Chevalier, empty.
Yeah.
So he's talking about Hormel Stadium in the Mercury today. Well, look, next to Hormel Stadium is that car company you were talking about that's just an empty vacant lot. And you go down Mystic Ave, and Staples is gone, and Blockbuster's gone, and that betting place is gone.
Wait, Blockbusters?
Yeah, they're out of Medford. They're out of Stoneham.
What, Stoneham too?
And I think they might be out of Woburn.
Wait, where can we get our movies?
You get them from Netflix and from the
Oh,
red
come
box
on.
at the supermarket.
See, Blockbusters is like the
What do you-
best thing that I go to.
Well, where do you go?
I got a
Where?
Well, also,
I think it's gone, isn't it?
Well, Joe, I can also say too now. I know one of the satellite companies. It's Dish Network. Evidently, what Blockbuster has done is they got their own movie network that you can only get on the Dish Network. It's called the Blockbuster Movie Network.
Blockbuster new movie. Well, you know, people are shifting, but they don't anticipate.
Right.
But that's interesting. Mike FM is going. So what that means, John, is it means EEI is in a bit of trouble.
I would think so. I mean,
I get the ratings sent to my mailbox through allaccess.com, and I haven't checked them out. They come in, and I've been too busy to read them. But I would imagine that Mike FM is just treading water.
right.
Do you know what these Mike and Dan stations are around the country, and Bob? They just call them a guy's name, Bob FM or Mike FM. Do you know what they are?
No, I don't.
These conglomerates get rid of the disc jockeys. So they get rid of on-air personalities. They have one music director who usually has 2 or 3 stations he has to handle, or she has to handle, and they just have an array of music, which...
Right.
Now, why Mike FM might be leaving the dial is because WBOS 92.9 went kind of Mike FM. They went AAA, no disc jockey, so it's the same thing. They were competing with that. They're just giving it to 92.9,
Right.
which is greater media. And Entercom now, it makes sense. They're going to really go after 98.5 with 2 signals. Now, Entercom does that with another station. Do you know what that is?
No.
WAAF runs on 2
Wow.
signals. So they've got 107.3,
Yep.
and then they've got the old WILD FM. That's AAF. So now they've got EEI on 2 signals. It's kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they had to do that because, like you say, they're getting whacked with they're getting whacked with the 98.5, and like I've been pushing to 98.5 because I know a lot of the guys. I've become friendly with the producer for the DA show over there, and I've been telling them you really want to hurt EEI. Do 2 things. One, try to talk, since you're the main carrier of the Patriots, try to get EEI's Patriots programming away from them. And number 2, instead of having Gary Pangway and Andy Gresh hosting the pre- and post-game show for the Patriots, you bring in Steve Diossi, who's already with WBZ, Fred Smirlis, and Pete Shepard to host the pre- and post-game show for the Patriots.
Well, here's a trivia question for you. Why would EEI go with 93.7? There's a good logistical reason for it.
I don't know.
What are the logistics? The logistics are that 93.7 is actually a Lawrence signal.
Yep.
Like AAF is a Worcester signal.
Yeah.
So that's Lawrence, Boston, Mike FM.
So you're
Right.
saying if I go to Worcester, I have to turn on AM.
Well, no, not Worcester. If you go up to Haverhill for your sports, the sports FM signal's very big up on the North Shore. EEI isn't. So you see the brilliance of it? You want it in Boston without the problems, you listen to 850. If you're on the highway and you're going up 495 or 93, you get 93.7. So it's actually brilliant. It's going to get them ratings up in New Hampshire. 93.7. I was a station manager there, a show manager there. At 93.7, John, I used to be a producer, show manager. I was in the advertising department. I produced Harvey Warfield's show on Sunday nights on 93.7. So that's a very big signal. And I was a consultant for the program director, Steve Becker. So that's way back in '92.
Yeah. Here's the $1 million question. Do you think that EEI will ever go full FM and lose the AM side?
No. I just answered that for you.
Okay, I didn't know that. Sorry.
No, listen to me. You're so busy talking. Listen. 850 is Boston.
Yeah.
93.7 is Lawrence and New Hampshire. So now, if you're driving around in Boston, you listen to 850. If you're up on 495 or 93, didn't I just say this? I did.
Yes, you did. You did.
Okay, so listen when people talk. Thank you. It's a brilliant idea, and it is up to them now to have good programming, because the programming, it's gonna make sports radio better, because you have real competition, and they're really going for, they're really going for the jugular. I think they need to get rid of the Big Show.
Well, the problem right now that's going to hurt them is this NBA strike going on, and there not being an NBA, possibly not being an NBA season. That's going to hurt them in the ratings.
Well, yeah, because the Celtics did so well, and are going to do again well if there's a season.
Right.
But let's spend about 5 minutes talking about your mayoral campaign.
Yep.
So as I was saying, there's all these potholes. There's these empty storefronts.
Yep.
Mystic Ave, Salem Street, over at the Fellsway. And so this guy is yapping about he's got 20 new restaurants and 500 new employees. He's got them all in one area of town, Station Landing. You got to share the wealth.
Right.
So what's the point?
I heard too that I have some friends over there, and we usually go to the mall a lot. A lot of
the Meadow Glen Mall.
Yeah, a lot of the stores are closing.
Yeah, because this mayor is not taking care of the entire city. He's got his pet little projects.
It's not only that with the Meadow Glen Mall. They ask you, when you go to a mall, every so often, they'll ask you to take a poll and ask you what kind of stores you want to see come to the mall. And if you take that poll, all of a sudden, you take that poll, and then what do they do with that poll? They put it away for a while, and then they go poll the stores. And the stores tell them, well, more women's stores need to come here. So basically, if I say I want a sports store, a Disney store, or something of that nature, and then the stores that are in the mall say we need to bring more women's stores to the mall, what is going to win out?
Well, John, in this tough economy, okay, you've got these family stores, Kohl's, and you've got Country Buffet, and you've got that whole food court.
Yep.
So these are, it's not well balanced. It's for one genre of people. And they need to get a little bit more exotic to stop bringing people in the way the Burlington Mall does. I'm not saying that they can, because Burlington Mall is just a monster. But I'm saying you need to bring in a few more things that are a little bit more exciting, because that mall is sinking. And let's face it, over there at Stop and Shop and the Fellsway, that's sinking. So
yeah, well, I mean,
there's no forward thinking in Medford. And so if you're running for mayor, forward thinking, you have to have some really good plans.
Like I told one of the I met someone in Stop and Shop today, as a matter of fact. He recognized me from city council meetings and hearing my voice on the Ziggy Bush show here in Medford. And I basically told him, he wanted to know what my platform was. I told him. And then I basically ended with, I want to move us into the 21st century. And whether you vote for me or Tony D'Antonio, the other gentleman who's running, you're voting to move Medford into the 21st century. By voting for McGlynn, you're voting to keep us in the 20th century.
Well, that's a good way of phrasing it, John. Thank you for being on Visual Radio tonight.
Bye-bye.
Bye. John Byers, mayoral candidate. Interesting. He's got to listen to people. I have a platform here. But anyways, let's try one more. Let's try another mayoral candidate. Should I call McGlynn the mayor?
If you want. I don't know who that is, but
Call the mayor himself. We'll call him Mayor McGlynn in Medford. So if the mayor picks up, we'll talk to him. They're probably out shaking hands and talking to people right now. One more ring. Mayor McGlynn, how are you, Mayor?
Anthony D'Antonio. Please leave a
nah,
message.
see.
Oh, that was Anthony D'Antonio. So it wasn't McGlynn, it was the other candidate.